So it's about that time for another round of battle rating changes, but this time for the month of May. But welcome back to another Talking Head video. This time we will be talking about all the changes, my own personal opinions, and I will be doing my best to provide to you guys the most accurate information that I possibly can. And if I happen to miss anything, I will have this information posted right down below in the description should you guys want to go ahead and scrutinize this for yourself. But one more thing before we go ahead and jump into the regular stuff. If you guys do not agree with what I say, if you don't agree with this that you see right here, go into the actual website, follow that link, log in, and voice your opinion. That's right. These things do not change if you say nothing. Go in there, agree with it, disagree with it. The more people we can get into the game to say something important about this, maybe there's a change you didn't like, maybe a battle rating went up there where it shouldn't be at, talk to Gaijin. They do listen to us, and you'd be surprised at how well they listen to us. It's not 100% of the time, I'll give it that, but it's better than, say, Wargamings or something. But that's just my opinion. But anyways, before I go ahead and get started, I do want to let you guys know really quick, if you want to get 3%, a 3% discount for any purchase that you make in the War Thunder store, use my link down below in the description. You get 3% off. You get my in-game decal, and that same 3% goes to me as a creator, which is awesome. You don't have to use my Patreon. I'd advise you do because it'd be awesome. But you can just use that. It's a small way of supporting outside of the views, the streams, the Discord, etc. So check that out. Also, there are some other amazing creators out there who also have their decal. Feel free to get theirs as well, and you get the same exact gig as you would here. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the meat of this conversation. Now, what you're seeing right in front of you, this is the actual document that Gaijin did post. As you can see right here, this is Stona's post. So yes, you know this is official when he posts stuff up like this. He's a pretty cool guy too, so don't give him too much trouble. Anyways, first thing I want to go ahead and point out really quick is the F104J is going down to 10.3. Also, I won't be covering much of the arcade stuff, just the realistic, a little bit of aviation, but mostly for ground vehicles. I'll kind of skim through this really quick. F105D, I agree with this. At 9.7, it was great. It still is, but at 10.0, it does make a lot more sense. And you have the F86Ks, which I love the Sabres, going down to 9.0. This makes a lot of sense in my opinion. But aside from that, you'll see some of the arcade things did change. F89D and the F84B26 are all both going down to 7.0, which does make a lot of sense. The crotch rocket, as Oddballs put it so in such a funny way, the 162s are going down to 6.0. So I'm sure the Baroness, as well as Armenian, oh my god, I can't believe his name. I totally forgot. I'm sorry. You know who I'm talking about, okay? I'm sorry, Armenian. I know you watch these, okay? Iron Armenian, that's it. Oh, man, I'm terrible as a friend. Anyways, 6.0, which is super awesome. The G8N1, I don't really get why it's going to 6.0, but I guess it is what it is. And the A6 M5 6 and the M5 Co. to 5.0, 5.3. Yikes. Anyways, I'll say that. So here's the rest of the list. If you guys want to go ahead and check this out, I will have the link down in the description below. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ground vehicles. Now, this is where things get very interesting. The EBR goes up to 5.0. I get it. Gaijin has a hard time balancing those things. I told you they're going to be very broken when they first came into the game. PT76 going down to 5.0. I agree with that. Another thing, too, in the higher tiers, let's take a look at this one. The T55 AMD1. I fully expected this. 8.3 to 8.7. That makes a lot of sense. The APS was absurdly good for the battle rating. If you know what you're doing with it and you know how to play it, it does make a lot of sense. Although I don't really agree with it too much, I understand it. So battle rating 8.7 is definitely a very comfortable area. Seeing that at 8.7, it's still a very good lineup. In fact, I would say it's even better than that of 8.3, but those up tiers are kind of rough. And the next two, the Beglite and the Puma. That's important. The Beglite is going up to 9.3. Remember, it was around, I think, 8.3, 8.7 before the stabilizer update for it. But at 9.3, that is really rough in my opinion. But the Puma is going up to 9.3. That makes a lot of sense. I agree with this thing. It's OP as hell. I've been getting nuke after nuke with the damn thing. And trust me, this thing is kind of a point-and-click adventure. And to those who have the Type 69 2G, it is going down to battle rating 8.3, which does make a lot of sense. It's not really a great vehicle. They are removing it from the marketplace, or the store page, excuse me, if they haven't already. So it makes a lot of sense to move it down to 8.3. The 9040 Bill, That's an interesting one. 10.0, I guess I understand it. Again, I don't really agree with it, but it's probably because I'm used to it being a 9.7. Here's another one I don't agree with. The Rad Kampfwagen 90. Battle rating 9.7 now from 9.3. I don't agree with this. I don't. No thermal sights. It has a laser rangefinder now, which is very nice. But to move it up to 9.7, you'll see me in the forums kind of commenting how I do not agree with this in my own personal way. So there's that. If you guys have an opinion on that one, let me know down in the comment section below or the forums itself. Moving down just a little bit more, not a whole lot else. The M6A1 going to 5.0 does not make sense to me. The armor is very much unreliable for its BR. In a down tier, it is kind of okay for the most part, but in an up tier, which you will be facing a lot with this vehicle, at 6.0, you will be getting one tap by Tiger 1s almost consistently, at least from what I've noticed. The ELC BIS, I'm kind of annoyed by. This at 6.7 now to 6.0. I just made a video on this, Gaijin. Why do you do this to me? Anyways, moving down just a little bit more. The M42s are going down to 4.7. ZSU 37 is going up or down to 3.3. And then as we get lower and lower, you'll see the Stuarts, the Panzer 38 ton go all up to 2.3. And there's another twist to this. I will not be covering naval. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to the other changes tab. That is right. Now, this is where things get a lot more interesting. The PT-76 for the Chinese goes up from 8.5 rounds per minute to 12, as well as the PT-76B, which does, I wouldn't say makes a lot of sense. I really don't know personally, but it does help out tremendously. The Chinu 2 is getting a nerf from 10.2 rounds per second, or per minute, excuse me, to 9.3 shots per minute, which is kind of a shame, but I don't really play around this BR anyway. The Cheeto and the Cheeto Late are going up from 7.8 rounds per minute to 9.3, which is very nice. And the Rui Cat 105 gets DM33. That's right. If you have the premium Rui Cat, you are now getting DM33, which is very good for this battle rating. So if you guys have been having a very good time using that thing as at its respective BR, now you're going to be having a great time with it with this. And then everything else for that matter is mostly just an increase in shots per minute, which is very nice. Some nerfs here and there, but for the most part, this is very nice. A CA Lorraine from 5.7 per minute to 7 shots per minute. That is a very nice increase. This is something that I have looked forward to for quite some time for some of these vehicles, but not so much for some of these lower tier ones that you won't really find me in, unfortunately. The ZSU 37 HE shells have been removed for the Hong Kong, T-34, Russia, China, and of course the ZSU-37. Cool, right? ZSU-57-2, firing time of which dispersion will be increased, has been increased. Also, overall shell dispersion at prolonged firing, that is, okay, has been decreased. Okay, rough translation there. So I guess that means this is not going to be as accurate as it should be, but there's going to be less dispersion. I don't fully understand this, to be honest. But there it is. That is all of the changes currently coming for the some of the aviation, most of the ground vehicles, nothing for naval, and some other smaller changes. Again, most of this that you are reading, that you saw, that I'm talking about is subject to change, okay? So take everything you heard with a big grain of salt. And again, if you disagree with any bit of this, go into the forums and talk to them. Leave your comment, leave your opinion, let them know exactly what you think about this, and maybe, just maybe, if enough of you guys get into that conversation, Gaijin will do something to change it. You can bet I'll be doing that myself for the Rad Kampfwagen. I do not agree with that, not one damn bit. It's okay. My 9.3 lineup is already struggling. Come on, help me out, Gaijin. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of background footage we had going on right now. I don't know what it is because I've been doing this ahead of time. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I will throw in my 2 cents as well I see it. And as always, I appreciate you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you want to see all this gameplay live, you know where to find me over on Twitch. Link is down in the description below as always. 3% discount. You know the whole spiel, okay? So thank you again. I'll see you not only in the next video or even the streams, but in War Thunder itself. Wow, I struggled there. But maybe with the new BR changes soon. I'll see you next time.